Well, the RAP project that we're going to go and visit today is a group called Women Building Future Society. These units will house women that are at risk of being homeless.
Women Building Futures was the brainchild of a small group of women that worked for the City of Edmonton in the capacity of social workers. This was back in 1998, and these women really were concerned about the number of women in Edmonton living under the poverty line, struggling with poverty. And at the same time, they were beginning to see a need for more skilled workers in the construction and road building, oil and gas area. And they thought, you know, why can't we do this? Why can't we help women get out of poverty by helping them get into this area of work where it's an industry that pays its workers very good.
We're halfway through week 14 of the 6-week program, so we've already done all of our skills trades: carpentry, electrical, plumbing, pipe fitting, welding, sheet metal, and we did blueprint reading as well. We've got all 6 of our safety tickets, and we're just doing 3 weeks, the last 3 weeks of our academic upgrading to prepare us for our Alberta Trades apprentice exam.
A lot of the women that were coming to us were what I call, I'm sorry I don't have a better term for this, but couch surfers. So they're staying at their aunts or their girlfriends or their sisters or their whatever. She might have 2, 3 kids, and there they are. They're all living in this one place. Nobody's getting much sleep. The kids are crazy because they're not getting appropriate, you know, that stability that you need. And we were not able to take them into our program just because we didn't feel that they were going to make it. There's no place to study. There's no calm in their lives so that they can regroup at the end of a long day and come back refreshed, ready to tackle it again the next day. And so I began to talk with people then in the community about the idea of building a training center for women with affordable housing attached. And it was Deb Biddiscombe. In chatting with her, and she said, you know, this is a heck of an idea. And then she started to invite me to some meetings that I didn't even know about. The Edmonton, I think it was the Housing Industry Forum, meetings where there were other organizations that were interested in, concerned about affordable housing in Edmonton. And eventually, this whole notion, this idea of creating a skill training center for women with affordable housing began to catch on and really gain some momentum. So I don't think, I mean, without Deb's help, never would this have gone to where it's come today. It was that initial, it always comes back down to an individual. No matter who we're with, it comes down to somebody saying, I like this, and I'm gonna use the strength of my organization. This is what our organization is about. We're going to support this. And it takes that individual to take that leadership and say, wow, this is something that our organization really wants to get behind. And once that happens, other people around the table start saying, you know what? I think so too. I think so too. And they bring the strength of their organization behind. So really, from the get-go, it was CMHC, their vision, their belief in us, that began to create that momentum with all of the other agencies and organizations and levels of government that were talking with us at the time.
I was staying with a friend at the point in time, so I was waiting for these places to open up. And when they were finally ready, I was the first person in, and I love it. It's convenient to have a daycare close by. It's convenient that I can just come up here and make my lunch, and I don't have to pack a lunch every day.
I come from a home of poverty and family violence. And when I was thinking about furnishing the upstairs, I thought about what it would have meant to my mom had we been able to live in an environment that gave you some semblance of hope, some semblance of, you know, self-confidence or being worthy of something rather than where we were. So when I was looking at upstairs, I mean, for example, the bedding, we decided we're not going to go and just buy the cheapest bedding we can find. We're going to buy the kind of bedding that you and I like to get into every night and feel, when we get into those good sheets, we feel, you know what, life is good. This is good.
This is my bedroom. The bed's really, really comfortable. The blankets are like heaven. I love it. I don't ever want to get out of bed in the mornings.
Peggy Roberts came to us. It might have been, I don't know, maybe in 2005, I'm not really sure. One day she came to one of our open houses, and when she left, on her way out, she said to me, I might have some money for you, call me. And I thought, who was that woman, you know? So I followed up with her, and since that day, Peggy Roberts has supported Aboriginal women who want to come into our program. So she has, bless her heart, set aside a few dollars every year to help fund First Nations women into our program who otherwise wouldn't have had the opportunity. We can build buildings, we can build training programs, but if the individuals who need that training, if they're not able to access funding to get into the training to move on with their life, there's a problem there. And we have a problem in Canada right now with that. So what Peggy did is she just stepped up and said, you know what, I can help with a little bit of this problem, and I'm going to do that consistently, and she has every year. She brings something for our Aboriginal students that we cannot, and it's important. A lot of our Aboriginal students come from reserves in the north, and they get down here and they have nothing. They have nobody. They're having a hard time, and they have somebody in CMHC that they can call and just say, help, and Peggy's there. And I think those students will never forget that, and they will never forget CMHC is the organization behind Peggy that pays her, so she, you know, part of her role is to reach out in the community and make those connections. And I know our students will never forget it.